was one at a time?
Earth just filled that entire, it was,
Holy shit. By yourself?
and he goes outside. First commercial spacewalk. It was.
What are they doing out there? I mean, that's a lot of anticipation.
Dude, I wasn't scared. I was scared about drowning in my own pee. I peed 8 times because we went delay after delay for weather. And I couldn't hold it. So we wear these, they're called MAGs, maximum absorbency garment. Depends. And I went 8 times and I'm drenched and I'm freezing. I got trench foot. It's just like pooling. And it's like I'm in the middle of this and I'm freezing my butt off, shaking. I'm literally just shivering. I'm like, let's just get to space so I can get into some warm clothes. And then I'm thinking to myself, zero gravity. Is this gonna float up into my helmet? You can just see the headline now, astronaut drowns in his own tang. I don't know. So that's what was going through my mind during this launch phase.
So the spacewalk.
Mm-hmm. So this was...
I mean, that had to scare the shit out of you, right?
Yeah, I think getting down to vacuum.
Especially looking out into nothing.
That was... The fear came before that. And it was as you started to go down to vacuum. Because this suit, it's the only spacesuit that is a single panel of a visor. This iridium, whatever, glow, gold plated kind of thing. It is the only suit that is a single layer. You know, the EMU suits they wear, they're multi-layered and, different shades and stuff like that. So it's literally just this thin between you and death, because if you lose pressure, pray that it's a slow leak and you can repressurize the capsule in time, but
probably not.
Yeah, I didn't want to think about that too much. But you're watching the one on the HUD, because that's your suit pressure, and it should be additional 5 psi-d above whatever the capsule is. So, if we're at like 10, I hope I'm reading 15. And then as it comes down, eventually I see 5 and I know the capsule, we're in a vacuum. So we can just simply open the hatch. And so that is just and then it's just this whole compartmentalized, the box breathing, I'm just, because you're in this confined space. And if you're claustrophobic at all, I mean, there were events in training where you're playing along with the scenario and you're rushing around because something happened is, an emergency situation, and the visor is down and it's 12 layers thick. And the idea is to retain your heat. But that is a huge concern, because at some point you cross a threshold where your body can't cool itself anymore. You're just going to cook inside the suit because it can't cool fast enough. The airflow isn't that great. There's some vents right here on just right by the visor, and the gas from the umbilical. But if you catch yourself overheating too fast, it's a point of no return kind of feeling. And you start to have this hyperventilation feeling because you're just trying to calm yourself down. And so you would experience this in training because you're jumping all around and you're at 1G having to fight the pressure of this suit, and it's just so it's almost like that meditative state you had to get into for this spacewalk, because of you did not want to ever get yourself anywhere near. I never did, especially where I was sitting and what I did, my role during the spacewalk, because I stayed in my seat. So we only had enough gas to send 2 astronauts out 15-minute increments. That's all we had. But technically, the hatch, it's literally right there. I mean, space is right there. I just didn't get to stick my head out. Wanted to, but I'm locked in my seatbelt. And same with Anna. And then Jared and Sarah were the ones that in the middle seats did the swap.
So it was one at a time?
One at a time. That's all it fits because you're pressurized. So the volume in the capsule, when you're pressurized, especially Jared's not a small human. He's 6-something, 6'2", or 6'1", I don't know what it is. But he takes up a lot of that volume. I'm just a widow guy, and I'm over my side, and Anna's over her side, and Sarah's small. So enough room for him to get up, do his thing, 15 minutes, did some mobility testing out there.
I mean, outside.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! By yourself? I thought you'd have a buddy or something.
You have a Kevlar cord for tether, and then you have the umbilical. So it's and then I guess I could grab him if I had to.
What are they doing out there?
Mobility tests. He got a beautiful view. So as soon as he opened the hatch, well, we actually had an issue with the hatch opening. I can talk about, but as soon as he got the hatch open, man, Earth just filled that entire. It was unbelievable. And I got a great view of it, and Jared got a great view. About halfway through his window, sunset happened. So it got all black. So Sarah actually went out, and it was just black. We were in the eclipse of the planet. So it's pretty dark when she went out. There's ambient light from the capsule, and there's lights up there, and she's got a light on her visor, but it's or camera. But the hatch. So our protocol was, Jared is going, once we get down to vacuum, everything's good. He's going to unlock it, break the seal, get out of the way, and it's going to be automated. Because they were concerned about him exerting too much force and generating heat, and that was a big concern. Well, as soon as he unlocked and broke the seal, it would automatically close on its own. Come to find out, the residual pressure from our suits was forcing the hatch to close. So he would open a little bit more, but it wasn't enough. Finally, again, based on the training that we went through and the rehearsals and these scenarios, it was meant for it. Our backup game plan was just to do a manual. Jared's just going to open the hatch. So that was the first issue. The only issue that we had was he had to default to a manual hatch opening, which was kind of cool. And so he opens it, and there's Earth. And he goes outside. First commercial spacewalk. It was
Wow.
It was surreal. And a lot of people, there were a lot of doubters out there. Social media is an evil thing, but a lot of people doubted what we were doing, what SpaceX was able to accomplish. I'm sure Elon gets it constantly. I mean, just starting the rocket business and doing boosters landing on, on drone ships, and now catching boosters with chopsticks. It's not a matter of if, it's just when.